Alright guys, this is GossipHippo with the intro tutorial on Cinema 4D. So you want to get Cinema 4D opened up, and then you want to make some text, most likely your YouTube name, and I'm just going to do this tutorial for tutorial purposes. And then you see the words are kind of skinny, letters are kind of skinny, and so you're going to want to go to depth down here. And then I like to make it at least around 70, so it gives it a good depth in the light and just makes it look pretty good from different angles. And so once you have that, you're going to want to select a font that you like. For me, I'm going to select this font called Shaun of the Dead. I'll have it on the description box if you want it. It looks pretty nice. And I want to run this through a plugin called XBREAKER to get some cracks in it. And so I'm going to select my text object, and I'm going to go to Plugins, User Scripts, XBREAKER. If you don't have XBREAKER, I'll have a link in the description, and then I'll make another tutorial on how to put it in Cinema 4D. And so for pieces, you usually want to go anywhere from 20 to 25, but I'm just going to do 20. And then Mode, you're going to want to go to On Collision, and then hit Break Now. So you're going to see a little loading thing on your mouse. Cinema 4D isn't freezing up or anything, it's just loading all the text letters into a different cracked form, and so there will be cracks all over if you click on each letter, but right now it's just breaking, so we'll let it break for a little, and it's broken. Alright, so as you can see, when you select any text object here, it selects a letter, and you can see really closely that there are cracks in the letter. And so those are where the cracks are going to be. But first we're going to delete text object on the very bottom, just because it doesn't do anything. And then let's highlight all of these text objects, which are the letters. Go to MoGraph, and then go to Random Effector. As you can see, it's pretty blown up, so we're going to want to take the strength down a lot. You either want it ranging anywhere, usually from 5 to 9, so I'm just going to do about 6. As you can see, it still looks pretty cracked, but I like it like that. And then we're going to want to change these materials. It says inside and outside, and this happened when we did the XBREAKER. So on the inside it will be an inside color for where it's cracked, and then outside it will be the outside color of the letter. So let's go to inside. So I'm going to go to color, and then let's make it blue. Looks pretty good. And then I'm going to have some glow. I'm going to turn the glow down a little because it is pretty strong on the standard setting, but you can keep these the same because the radius is the only thing that really affects how much glow there is. And so I'm going to shut out that, and then I'm also going to have another color for the outside, and I'm going to make it black. And I'm going to turn the specular up a little bit higher to get a shinier look. Alright, see how it's a little bit more shiny than it was? So we'll do this, and now let's render it out, and you have this. It's pretty dark, so we're going to put some lights on it. So go to this. I usually go to spotlights, and we're going to want to move it back, make it a lot bigger, and then we're going to want to put it, I guess, for every few letters. Just keep copying and pasting. Whoops. Alright, so let's render it out. As you can see, the specular made it shine a little bit, which is the effect I wanted. And so right now we have this, and it looks pretty nice. You can see the glow if I zoom in. So let's render it out again. You can see how it is glowing. And so now let's get some camera movements in there. But first, let's highlight everything and then hit Alt-G to group it. And I'm just going to call this text, because it has the text and lights, and then we're going to want to make a new camera to film everything. So then you're going to want to go to this clipboard, the little save thing, go to Output, and then since I'm uploading this to YouTube, I'm going to do HD TV 720 29.97, so it's 720p and 29.97 frame rate. So I go to this, and then just so this saves you the trouble, go from range of the frames you make. I usually do all frames. And then you can go to save, just do anything you want. I'd usually save it as QuickTime or an AVI file, and I'll just save this as tut. Alright, so let's exit out and get the camera up in here. Oh, whoops. Let's go to cameras, scene camera, the one that we just made. And then we're going to want to move over here, because I kind of want to make it from the side because it looks really nice how it comes out from behind the letters. Alright, so we have this. And so we're going to do a keyframe right here. And then about a little less than a second later, at 20, we're going to move it a little bit and make it kind of round the corner that we just came from, like this. And we're going to set another keyframe. And then go to about, I'm going to say 70 or 75. And then just kind of move all the way down here so it's a nice sliding pattern when you're done filming. I'll show you in a sec. Alright, right there. We'll do a keyframe. And so you can drag it through. And then right after that, we're going to want to zoom it out so you can see the letters. So we can go to 85 and then zoom out and try to get all the letters in there because we want them to see all the letters of your channel name or whatever the intro you're making is for. Alright. You don't want to get any of the letters in these dark areas on the sides because that's where the camera cuts off. So let's see if this looks good. Let's render it out really quick. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice, except it's a little bit dark right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over just a little. Let's see how it looks. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to put a keyframe right here. And then let's click right here and let's start it up. Looks pretty nice. You get to see all the letters. And then it zooms out so you can see it. And you can stop the time at the end in any video editor that you use. And so you get to see the name longer. So right now, let's go to save. I kind of want some glow. So I'm going to enable multipass. Go to multipass. Post effects. Right here. And then on post effects, you're going to want to go to effect. And then glow. Glow you want to keep the same. And so now that you have that, a new thing is made. And so if you want the glow, just ignore this and save it down here. So let's go to QuickTime Movie. Options, we want to keep it anything you really want. I'll just do best depth. Animation, and then 29.97 frames per second. Okay, then let's save it as glow. Oh my goodness, I can't spell. Glow. Alright, so we saved it. So now, we're going to render it out, and then after it's done, we render the whole thing to YouTube. Oh, not render it. You can upload it to YouTube for a video, or just edit it as you want, so you can, I guess, do whatever you want with it for videos. Thank you. This has been a tutorial by GossipHippo.